Welcome, guys, to Nzpba TV. A little bit of a new thing for the Nzpba. Our friends in Hydro Thunder have started it, interviewing a few drivers and getting a bit of a feeling for what the drivers are up to for next season. So we thought we'd do a bit of a similar vibe. So this is the first episode of Powerboat Chat with Dave. It might work, it might not, but we're going to run with that and see how we go. So today we've got Jacob Kniff and Scott Watson. So they've just been nominated and voted onto the Nzpba exec. They're both really good clubman junior drivers. So thought we'd have a bit of a chat with them, see how everything's going for preparations for next season. And so welcome, Scott and Jacob. How are you?
Yeah, good. Real good.
Yeah. How's it down south, Jacob? Cold?
Yeah, it's been pretty cold lately. It's a bit of negative mornings, and yeah.
Oh, that's you could just help fix it by moving north. Scott, you're in a what looks like a camper van or something there.
Yeah, in a bus. Yeah, in our bus, we're going to turn it into a race wagon.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So guys, tell us a bit about yourself. Jacob, you go first. How long have you been around racing for?
Well, I've been around racing since I was born, in the family with the Ryans.
So pretty illustrious name there. The Ryans have been around for a very, very long time.
Fourth generation, I think. So.
Oh, cool.
Grandfather and great grandfather race.
Awesome. There's quite a bit of that in powerboat racing. Multi-generational drivers, and following on from what Granddad used to do, and in some cases great Granddad. Scott, you're pretty new to the sport. Like, are any of your family ever raced before?
We did different forms of motorsport, but I'm the first in our family to do powerboat racing. So yeah, I'm the complete opposite to Jacob. Yeah.
Oh, cool stuff. And so, both of you guys, like Scott, what's your what boat are you running? And you've obviously run the same boat for a number of seasons. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah. So it's a Ross Ledger hull. So it's a Bryski hull. It's got a 30 horsepower Parson on it. Run it in the junior class. We just got it set up properly this last season, and I've been racing for 2 seasons now, but been in the sport for 3. And it's a pretty good boat, pretty fast, keeps up there with the likes of Jacob and others. Yeah.
I don't know. Jacob might have something else to say about that. Jacob, your boat's been pretty quick over the last couple of seasons. So that's a Ryan Craft hull, isn't it?
Yeah, first one out of the molds.
Yeah. And what's that's running a 30 horsepower as well? Oh, I think Jacob's frozen. he'll catch up in a minute. So, Scott, is it pretty competitive in clubmans? I mean, obviously, we'll get back to Jacob in a second, but it's generally a fairly competitive, fairly close sport class, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. When you get about 13 or 14 boats out there, it gets pretty hairy, but it's a pretty competitive class.
Yeah, and then you've got Jacob right out the front. So Jacob, I think you froze just before. So yours, again, it's a 30 horsepower motor, Ryan Craft hull, as you said, first one out of the mold.
Yeah, 30 horse Mercury. Stock as the class requires.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, it's always good seeing the clubman drive. It's all really competitive and an awesome class for juniors or young guys and girls to get into. So you guys are sort of flying the flag for that. So, Jacob, where'd the name come from, Blackjack?
I don't really know. We just thought of it one day after we'd been working on the boat. Just sort of, it was a nickname of my great-grandfather's, and he just passed away, so we thought we'd name it after him.
Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool story, man. So, Scott, you went from Noddy to Nitro. Tell us a bit about how you got there.
So basically, this is a bit of a funny story, but when I was racing, when it was called Noddy, we got our helmets, and on the side of the helmet, the brand name is actually Nitro.
Yeah.
So we've actually copied that name, the exact same fonts and everything off of it, And yeah, we like the name. And Dad used to have a few cars and stuff, and it was nicknamed Nitro. So
Oh,
I thought
cool.
we'd keep it running.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. No, that's good. It's good. So you guys do a lot of Ks over the summer. I mean, we all do. We're up and down the island quicker, well, more than most. And I think Jacob, you'd be onto about your 6th set of wheel bearings on your boat trailer by now. But I mean, what's your favourite place to race? I mean, personally for me, Rada Pico's always good. Tight racing, and then obviously you've got Rotoweedy, which is just picturesque. But I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Like, where do you like racing?
You go first, Jacob.
Oh, all right. I really enjoy racing at Karapiro. Big open water. It's a big course. It's fun to drive around, and I also like Canary on the west coast.
Yeah.
Just driving around the island. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is. I've been down to Canary once with Sam Hughes many moons ago, and it's always fun. You sort of get out to the Hokitika Charter Club afterwards, which is always a bit of a do. And that island's pretty cool. So Scott, what about yourself?
Yeah, I also like Karapiro. It's a good, nice lake to race on, just when it's not too choppy.
Yeah.
But I tend to like the river courses more. So in the likes of Wanganui. Wanganui is always a good venue, always a good place to race, and lots of good people there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of difference. I think what I found first season of racing and watching for a long time, the difference between the rivers and the lakes is pretty substantial. You know, you go to Rada Pico and the water's sort of coming off you and just creates a totally different racing. So you just got to go. It's all about seat time, isn't it, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's you guys' biggest achievement? I mean, Jacob, obviously I'd say your biggest achievement would probably be this phone call right now, I'd imagine.
It'd be up there. Won the nationals at Karapiro earlier this year. That was a pretty good weekend. Probably my biggest achievement so far. But Rotoweedy, South Island Juniors as well. That was really good racing. Just
cool. And Scott, apart from your dashing good looks, what would your best achievement be?
On the water, it would probably be, I got 2nd place at Taupo, and this year's junior series, even though I didn't place on the podium, I came 2nd in the North Island in the junior series. And that's pretty much it. Cool.
I've got to ask the question from a new racer. What's it like to win a race? Because I'm yet to do that.
It's a pretty good feeling, eh? It's a pretty good feeling getting dunked as well. But yeah.
Bit of bragging rights between you and the rest of the kids over a bottle of Coke, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So obviously big season. I've actually just got the calendar now. Came through just earlier this afternoon. So what are you guys' plans? Are you trying to get to as many meetings as possible? Jacob, you'll no doubt come up north, I'm imagining, and take us on up here.
Yeah, we'll do a few rounds up north with the Hydro Honda series and the junior series, and North Island Juniors. I think that's at Manor 2 or Karapiro. So we'll be up there for that.
Cool. So Scott, got to ask the question because obviously we're going through the same thing at the moment. Are we all heading down south to take those guys on down there?
Yeah, definitely. Have a few more runs down south. Yeah. Always enjoy it down there. Always love our South Island whānau, eh?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's always good, I find. I don't know about you guys, but you get onto the ferry and you got the other drivers with you, and there's always a bit of talk between the drivers, and it really is. It's definitely, you hit the nail on the head, Scott. It is one big family, one big whānau, and everyone just gets along, eh?
Yeah. Good stuff, eh?
Yeah. So I guess you guys both obviously onto the exec this year. What do you want to see from the exec? Like, I mean, both of you guys got powerboat racing in your blood and in your heart. So what do you want us as an exec to do and to just make it better for you guys and make it better for all the drivers? Putting you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah. There's nothing major, but there's just a few little tweaks that can be done. Juniors and all the classes. Just from a younger point of view.
Yeah. getting those boats out of the sheds, and just making sure all the drivers make some time to get down and get to races, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
And also to grow the sport out, get it more out there, get it on Facebook, get it on Instagram, get it on places where people will catch, well, their eyes will catch photos and stuff, and get more into it. Because like around this time, it's usually new juniors who come up. It's from generations of family. Like Jacob, he's had family members do it, but for me, it was a whole new thing. I found it, and then I clicked, and yeah, I'm in it now. So we need to make it more available to people.
And I think you're right, Scott. To get into powerboat racing at your guys' age, like there's always that conversation about, oh well, go-karts, they get in younger, and the outlay for a go-kart is up here. Get yourself a little clubman boat with 30 horsepower on the arse of it. It's actually a pretty reasonable form of motorsport. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So no, all good. So I'm going to ask the question: Who do we want to see next on this? I mean, I know you guys probably want to see a few of your junior drivers, but from my perspective, or from your perspective, who do you want to see get interviewed in the hot seat next time? If you say Uncle Ben, Jacob, I'm going to leave that to someone else to do.
What do you reckon, Jacob? Formula One?
Yeah,
maybe.
Formula
One? Get Sammy Hughes on there. Sammy Hughes.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, he'll probably be over here having a beer with me doing it, so that won't be too difficult to drag him in. So get Sammy. We'll probably get the likes of Bill Godin on from the Series 3000 perspective, Matt Godin. So yeah, we'll certainly get all the classes represented. So yeah, hey, thanks guys, awesome. We'll talk to you guys next time, eh?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Cheers.